Episode 3. The longest day one ever continues, but it should be over soon. I imagine future days, once I actually understand how the rules work and I've, seen most of these rooms, will go by quicker. One, I'll just know the basic strategy of the game, so I can just, throw doors willy-nilly and walk into them confidently. And two, I won't really have to read their descriptions or figure out how they work or whatever. I guess day one is just bound to be experimenting, figuring out how things work, and also doing literal experiments, I guess. Can't play this game though, unfortunately. Nothing else to interact with in this room. I like this though, the pillows on the floor right in front of the TV. That's just the way to do it, right? When the TV is in the kids' room and this low to the floor, just gotta have pillows on the floor, make your own little mini couch area or whatever. Alright. It was a waste of steps to walk into this room, but we did it anyway. We're still trying to find our way into the antechamber, and even though we've built up right next to it, we have no way of getting inside. Actually, I forgot to, again, check back what I saw in the first episode, that note about some kind of lever that opens the antechamber or something, which said the antechamber should be open. But it doesn't quite seem like it's open from this side. Oh, I missed this last time. Huh. Lucky we got that. Anything else that I missed? Well, we know we need power here. Push 3 up after 9. But we don't have power from the boiler room, so I was kind of hoping that opening this door with the key card, because it was the special sciencey door, would lead to a sciencey boiler room right next to the laboratory, but that would make too much sense. Alright, I guess we're done here. Just going to continue past this hallway, I guess. Maybe this time we'll get into the antechamber. We have no gems, so we'll just have to take what we get. And it's locked, as I might have expected. Whenever you enter the ballroom, set your gems to 2 gems. That's pretty great if you're walking in and out, which I guess is the intent. How fun. It's the ballroom, and this, like the image shows, you're jumping in and out, you're dancing in and out of the ballroom. I like it when the rules of the rooms kind of fit whatever you're walking into, I guess. Unfortunately, this is a problem for us. We cannot create the ballroom to draft even further to the right side because we have no gems. Utility closet is a dead end, and the guest bedroom, even though it gives us 10 steps, is also a dead end. This is a problem. We can't do anything with this. We're kind of dead in the water now. There's no way to recover. And we can't even build a hallway to trigger the laboratory effect. I should have just, in the end, done that thing with, getting the immediate effect. Oh well. I'm curious about the breaker box, though. Utility closet. One benefit of the restoration of old buildings is that it allows the owners to update and add modern amenities. The utility closet and the circuit breaker box within were set up when gas-powered lighting was retired and replaced by a more fashionable home electrical system. More of the history of the estate, I guess. Any items? We do know that items can spawn without being advertised. I guess when they show up on the card when you're drafting them, they're just guaranteeing that you can get them for your planning, But you might just get lucky and find coins in a double bedroom or whatever. Keycard entry system, here we go. We can turn it off. We can just like disable it if we wanted to. Unfortunately, this is useless to us because we have the keycard already and we can just open them however we want. We got the VAC indicators, whatever those are. The VAC has successfully been indicated, I guess. What's this danger say? I should have read that first, huh? Toggling of the breaker switches may result in unexpected loss of floor plan functionality. Please call DC power if you require assistance. So the floor plan can just entirely break apart if we turn this off? Gymnasium, dark room, garage. And the cabinet is... You can't use the cabinet. It's kind of crossed out and there's no switch. That's strange. Does that just mean the dark room and the gymnasium won't spawn anymore? Spawn the garage for me. Why not? We've got the car keys, right? I want to see the garage. Oh, and I guess we can turn off the key cards. It doesn't matter either way, I guess. Alright. We are now dead in the water. There's no way to the antechamber. Mission failed. If we somehow, like, made our way... No, there's no way. It's all dead ends. I mean, I guess the antechamber was a dead end anyway. But still. What can we do now? We can just call it a day. We can see what happens when we run out of steps. Oh, and this door... as if, like, right behind us, someone was doing some renovation, became a dead end when we drafted the new room. How strange. Someone really is following us through. I guess we can buy from the menu here 3 bananas, which are 3 steps each. And actually, I should remember that for the sake of that one puzzle. Apples are 2 steps, bananas are 3. So that's a total of 15 plus 10, 25. Meaning what? There was oranges, like 5 oranges, and there were 50 steps or something, I think, that we were talking about. So 25 minus 50, or 50 minus 25 rather, would be 25 steps remaining. And then out of the oranges, that would either be, well, either oranges are 5 steps or 4 steps, so that would be 20 steps or 25 steps, the remaining amount. It could be that oranges are 4 steps and the remaining amount 5 steps. Would be the leftover change that was mentioned in that one note in the pantry. That change being 4 coins. But I wouldn't know how 4 coins equates to 5 steps. The math just doesn't seem right. It could also be that oranges are 5 steps, and then there's 0 steps left over. And then the change left over, I don't know, maybe that's just flavor text or something. It's hard to say. But then what does that information give us? I have no idea. Anyway, with only 6 steps, we can only, like, maybe go to the locksmith and open up this locked door. I think let's just spend all of our coins on... Well, we could spend 1 on a banana, then 1 more on a key, and open up this locked door, maybe. We could do that. Nah, let's just head back towards the entrance hall. We'll spend all of our coins on steps, I guess. Would have been nice if we had just 1 more coin to spend on this club sandwich. Alright, that should get us back towards the entrance hall, plus a little bit more. Just gotta make sure I don't make any accidental wrong turns or something. It'd be pretty punishing. Have I missed anything? Oh, security room? I have not, apparently. Was this the thing? About the antechamber? The antechamber has been unlocked, and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. Well, as far as I can tell, there's no entry, so maybe we need those access levers. This doesn't tell us where we can get the access levers, though. Yeah, it's both of those things, as I remembered. Or as I thought I remembered. Both side security doors are more likely in the north, the higher rank. And that the normal locked doors are also in the further to the north. You just gotta plan ahead for that, I guess. Oh, we get 2 steps every time we enter this? You can't game the system by going back and forth between the rooms. It would just be a net 0. It's pretty funny, though. Ah, and there's our dear old granduncle. One of the 2 Sinclair brothers, I guess. We found his bunk bed, his old room. And then this note. Still not sure what we're learning from this. Bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. And here we are, back at the entrance hall. I guess we can gamble with some of these rooms, maybe. It goes down here, like in the bottom left. And also like this other box below the normal inventory box. Kinda weird. What's behind this door? I guess I could have done that experiment that spawned something inside the entrance hall. It would have been way more useful than the nothing that I made this turn out to be. Each day, a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. Well, I'd say we're pretty hungry. I'd say we're pretty hungry after a long day of exploring and wandering around. Do we want to go in right now? Why not, right? Look at that meal. That actually looks pretty good. It's just a raw fish, kind of, but I'm pretty sure it's cooked, right? They had to have. It's got lemon, too. I do so love lemon and fish. Dinner is served. Today's main course, lemon glazed salmon. Charbroiled Cajun spice salmon, lemon butter sauce, served over spinach leaf. Plus 20 steps. Plus an additional 10 steps if you have an aquarium in your house. How fun. I guess that just means, like, the fish is better if you have, like, a fresh fish from your aquarium or something, rather than from storage or whatever. I guess that's what the aquariums are for. We could have created an aquarium or something, like immediately even, with the experiment. It's too bad I didn't do that. But really that would have just given us extra steps or something. Not sure how useful this would have been with my current layout, now that I'm dead in the water. No antechamber and all that. Let's eat. You know, I could have at least tried to spawn an aquarium through this other door. I didn't really think of that. The mailroom, huh? A package will be delivered here the day after drafting this room. Well, we're pretty much done with this day, even though we've got like 24 steps remaining. All we can do is prepare for the next day, I guess. Or just get more information. We could make the boudoir and like build into more rooms. Maybe more interesting than the mailroom would be more rooms for more information. I guess. We've got the steps, right? We can at least try for more rooms. Even if we're only able to build in like ranks of 1 through 5 or 6 or whatever. Yeah, make the boudoir. Guess we're just gambling for a better room behind this northern door. Oh, you know, I didn't read the dining room description. I'm sure we'll walk by it, or actually I can just open it here. Right, I don't have to be in the room to read the description. An intimate and warm room with a large dining table, boasting a serving tray with a silver dome cover. Dinner is served here each evening. Actually, I guess time passes as you get to like a further rank or something maybe, because it wouldn't really make sense for your step count to be tied to the time, right? Because it can go up and down and all that. And this room, a private salon with a plethora of fainting couches, and chaise lounges that served both as a dressing room for her ladyship in the mornings and a cozy sitting room for her in the evenings. It's a nice location, just like right in front of the front lawn, I guess. You can see any visitors arriving while waiting here. It's almost a sensible way to build a house. You can do it if you try, architect of the Mount Holly estate. What the hell's that? Before we get to those goodies, or whatever, I guess I got Christmas. And they got this safe for Christmas? Okay, I see your game. It's funny, wrapping up a safe inside a present. That's just like, who gives a safe as a present? I guess that's a rich people thing or something, I don't know. But yeah, I see the answer, without even getting to the puzzle. It's a safe. How could we possibly open it? Well, what do people use as safe combinations? If you believe media, they put down important names or important dates. Perhaps an important date when we got the safe? Like Christmas? When is Christmas anyway? I guess they might have also opened it on Christmas Eve. 12/25, right? Gotta check this on my phone. I don't have the date of Christmas memorized. Alright. 12/25. What a surprise. This is a puzzle type 2, the kind of thing that is immediately solvable by just whatever is around you, I guess. Goodies first. Anything else below? Not really. And I guess this is an even better goodie, because it's lore. The red envelope. Number 4, I guess. Are there more of these red envelopes? Oh, a letter to Herbert. Dear old granduncle. I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of our dear Marian's disappearance from the public record. Alright, we're getting into horror territory. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible. But I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece, okay, Marian is the niece, that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. Is Marian our mother? The niece, right? Because we're the niece's son. That's... What's your name again? Simon. I'll remember someday without having to pause, Simon, I swear. Simon is this niece's, Marion's, son, and I guess his mother disappeared. Strange. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family, name, nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, do not buy that same display of weakness. Clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid, and must be made to see the color of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son, Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies, and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming for Christmas this year. Daniel. All right, that is huge lore. Simon, maybe you're not in it for the inheritance after all. Maybe there's more to it than I thought. Whatever you're after, I'll help you get it. So we got Daniel, Marion, which is, I guess, Daniel's wife, and Simon's parents here. The Joneses, including their son, Simon. What about, who is this again? Lady Epson, the mistress of the estate. That wouldn't be Marion Epson, certainly not, because the mistress of the estate should be, I guess, the wife of Herbert, maybe? Then Herbert had a brother, and I guess we're from that side of the family. We don't know Grandpa. Not yet, anyway. We've got a chapel. And a veranda, which we can't spawn. Well, I guess we can figure out if the chapel charges us, even if we have 0 coins. Because we'll be going through this and then coming back, I guess. With 0 coins. There goes the noise for losing the coin. And I guess we have 1 gem, but it wasn't enough for that veranda. I would have gone for the veranda if I had 2 gems. These statues are creepy. They don't have the piercing eyes like the other art, but the way that they're shaded, it just scared me a bit. Oh, and we got the bishop in the chapel. That makes sense. Any goodies around that I might have missed? Or that I might miss if I'm not careful? None that I can tell. Nothing to smash with our sledgehammer. What was this angel? It's like got a riding crop? It's a horse riding angel or something. Number 6. Number 4 is some kind of chimney sweep, I guess. Very sooty angel. Even your wings are sooty. Number 1 is some kind of plowing angel, a farmer angel. Number 7, I don't know what job that is, but it's got very important stuff. The crown, the scepter, and the shield. I would say warrior, but that scepter doesn't seem suited for battle. Not that I would know. Maybe she's very good with it. Number 5 seems to be a janitor, a maid, with a broom. They all seem to be like, well, professions, one. Not all of them are necessarily like the staff, Like, you could say that all of these are the staff except for that one and the horseman riding one. I can imagine, like, the chef and the maid and the rest of these, even if they're not necessarily normal mansion staff, being part of the staff. Like, there was that one garden outside. And then this one, like a different kind of farmer. I guess it's really just the horse rider and the, whatever this is that stand out. And then the cook and the farmer, 2 and 3. And these are ordered, or no, they're not. They're not ordered. There's one over here. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm spinning around in circles. It's hard to keep track of, like, drawing the diagram in my head and, like, trying to draw a pentagram from one portrait to another, but I don't think it, like, creates a shape if you follow 1, 2, 3, connecting the dots and all that. Well, the highest rank is 7, and that would be that one. A private sacristy, never heard that word before, as ornate as the most lavish rooms of the estate, is watched over by the 8 Aduran angels depicted in stained glass. There's 8? This room was more a tribute to your uncle's vanity than it was to his face. You mean our granduncle's vanity, or... Do we have an uncle as well in the family tree? Oh wait, there's one more behind this thing. Is that number 8? Must be. Can we tell what profession that is? Just from, like... I don't think we can. Seems like there's like a secret door or something. Maybe. Or not a secret door, like a way to... I don't know. Reveal what's behind this stained glass. And above it over there, that is the mark of the Mount Holly estate, like we have... Where can we see it? Is there anywhere we can see it? I'm not sure there's like a place where it's clearly shown. Well, it's kind of like all over the place. It's like the thing that happens, the icon that shows when you open the screen, or open the game, the loading screen for the menu or whatever. I also noticed that it was the mountain. When you look out from the entrance hall, or from the grounds, if you're standing outside, towards the south, the mountain has a very distinct shape, and that's the peak right there. What's this stained glass behind this thing, I wonder? I can see like little angels at the top left and right, or are those the wings? Can't quite make out what's behind though. Alright. +1 key for each bedroom in your house. Well, we have 1, 2, 3. The boudoir is a bedroom, right? I guess it's purple, so yeah. And then the bunk room, which is 2, so 5. We would get 5 keys. But it's useless to us. What would we get from this? Nothing. We could make the east wing hall, but we can't build out of it because we're now in a dead end. We could make the workshop to combine inventory to create new items. But, that doesn't help us, does it? We don't really have any currency. Or is it combining... I guess it's combining inventory, which is specifically this thing right here. They wouldn't use the word inventory. Well, I guess what we can get is information on what we can combine to create. That's the most useful thing right now. So yeah, I don't think we need keys. I don't think we'll run into like a locked door from the entrance hall or whatever. With our 20 steps, we could go all the way back to the den and open that one locked door. But then what? Who cares, right? Can we just make it like 1 key from the west side of the entrance hall anyway? Or we could even combine to create a key here, who knows. Springs, screws, and coils scattered atop the workbench show signs of this room's frequent use. A craftsman's studio dedicated to creativity and invention, this room was used by your uncle regularly, whenever he needed to fix or improve a gadget or contraption. It's an unusual one. Oh, and we've got like the red envelope. Are we allowed to keep that? Trying to look at this one. I'm wondering about these unusual rooms. Are they all like... Thought they might be all under like one set of numbers. Doesn't seem like that's the case. But we can read about room 46. Didn't try that. The mysterious room mentioned in H.S. Sinclair's will, named only by a number. Despite the house's official blueprint, only showing a total of 45 rooms, put a pin in that, the words of the legal document make it apparent that a 46th room in the house, in fact, exists. Finding this room is your primary objective while on the estate. It is, after all, your bequest. And the rarity is rumored. But yeah, there's apparently an official blueprint. What does that mean when there's, like, random rooms? I think canonically, if we can call it that, there's just, like, a normal house here, without the Schrodinger's rooms or whatever. It's just got, like, some kind of incredibly confusing system, as noted by the laboratory staff that couldn't find their way here. Some way the doors work. A very nondescript way to say it's weird, without saying it's magic. The true box does not always contain the prize. Okay, good to know. The false box might contain the prize. I mean, it's not like we necessarily thought that was true. This is just like confirming, I guess, that it could be the false box, but nothing really new there. Oh, we got something. What appears to be a broken lever. Could prove to be useful. A lever, huh? And a K. Look at that K. Someone really worked hard chiseling that K. It's really straight in the rock. There's like no seams or whatever. It's not uneven. It's very nicely chiseled. Can we have this? We cannot. What use would we have for the saw? So this is where we craft, I guess. Before we do that... Ah, there it is. The very distinctive shape of the mountain that I was talking about. And a... What is that? I don't even know what that is. A sandwich? On its side? Standing upright? Alright, this thing first. Stones cut by hand, and letters wrought, do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. This is number 8. What does that mean? I have no idea. Here's a stone cut by hand, and the letter wrought is K. They spell the secrets carved from thought. The K spells the secret carved from thought. Okay. A message read is often lost among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. The message, the word message, is in bold. So among that bold word, the only bold word, among the bold word message, spoken soft, the note is red, the letter is not. Okay, I can do this. Hang on. I know music. Not really. Not at all. Not in the slightest. I have no musical taste. But I do know about musical scales. FACE, so that's all I need, right? F being at the bottom, and then ACE, so it's telling us to read the note, like the musical note, but not the letter. Well, even with this information, we don't know what to do with it. Yet. Okay, above message, there are two bars, the treble and the bass. Looking at the treble side, I'm not sure what the technical term for that is. That would be G. Guess I'm gonna write this down in my notepad just in case. That is a G, right? Not an A? I think it is. It's going through the line. And then, gotta go backwards here. E, D, that's a B, I guess. Then a D. Then a G again. And then a D again. Then another B. And another D. And then another E. This tells me nothing, as expected. Sometimes they spell things out, sometimes they don't. It's not as easy as just using those 8 in sequence, I guess. But if I do have to use it, like if this is a puzzle type 3 situation, then I guess I have it written down and recorded for later. And then in the treble side, we've got... I'm not sure how to do this, since they're like 3 notes stacked on top of each other and then 1 note to the right. You'll just like write them down and, I don't know, figure it out later if I need to. So that would be an E. Well, I guess I'll start from top to bottom. F-A-C-E. Yeah, so another E. And then a B under that. Then another E. Those 3 together. And then all the way to the right is a D, I guess. That tells me nothing. I've kind of lost where this puzzle was trying to lead me. I think I was following along with it at the beginning with the letter K and the secrets carved from thought. And then this separate thing, the bold message. Word spoken soft. Message. Do I have to speak the bold word message softly? Message? Message? I don't know what that tells us. I don't know how it's different from saying it hard or soft or whatever. The note is red, the letter is not. It might not even be referring to the musical note, but if this is like, some music puzzle, obviously it has to be related to the note, I think. Well, we have that now. We have the information, don't know what to do with it. Let's look at this. Get some more information. Oh no. We can't. We can't get information, there's no crafting recipe. All we've got are items, and we can't do anything with them. We can just, do that. But it does nothing. Well, this does tell us that it'll go red immediately if 2 things absolutely cannot go together. So the key card cannot go with anything here, But strangely enough, the sledgehammer can go with the broken lever. And something else. We just don't have any items to work with this. Okay. It was an interesting room, but there's nothing we can do. And we don't lose coins. We don't go into the negative. At least we're not in debt. Now here's this thing again, the 10. Alright, let's try the other wing. Damn. It's our last room. Unless we somehow get another key, which I don't think we can. We don't have any coins to buy a key, and there's no other way to generate keys. I would have had more keys if I did something other than the workshop, or even if I did the laboratory experiment differently. I guess I just screwed up. Well, I guess I could spawn the closet and maybe get a key to explore the rest of the den. Or spawn the observatory and just see what's inside with our one remaining gem. What do I want to do? What good is the lavatory? The closet is almost a sensible option. And yet, I'm drawn to the lavatory. We would even learn things from the observatory, just like if there's notes around or what this currency is, just by walking into the room and figuring out what's going on. I'm drawn to the lavatory. I guess we're doing this. As stupid as an idea as it might be. Maybe... No. I changed my mind. I just can't let this den get away with being the only door that we don't explore. We get a gem. And one more item, right? Up here? Oh, the shovel. An old weathered shovel. Looks like it could be useful for digging. Great. Can we combine that with anything? I can't imagine what. A very modest recessed space used for storage. This particular closet is favored by the janitor members, or the junior members, of the staff, who utilize it to stash away assorted articles and knickknacks, whose proper place in the estate is yet unknown to them. Well, we've got the shovel now. Can we combine that with a sledgehammer to make like a Dead Rising 2-esque zombie killing machine? Probably not. How about with a broken lever? I don't imagine we can. I feel like the lever would need something very specific to fix it. None of these seem obviously combinable, so maybe I don't even want to try it out. Well, we got this. I think there's one place that I can think of where we can dig. We couldn't really interact with it, but it did stand out. And maybe there's more to dig over in the front yard, but I think we're doing this now. Using our remaining steps to go back here, and we'll probably just like run out in the middle of the estate here. Well, I guess we got a little bit back there. How does the math work out on that? Say we have 10, or 12, just to make the math easy. Or we had 11 when we were walking in, so let's use that. We walk in, it becomes 0, then we get +2, then we walk out, it becomes 11, so yeah, it's a net 0. This room counts as 0 steps if you're passing through. Good to know. That, right there. And actually, did we miss anything? Any hidden goodies? No. There go our purple pants again. Oh, actually, I thought it was nighttime, but didn't I see the stars outside when I was, like, all the way in the back? An oversized turnip should prove to be a nutritious snack. That's great and all. It is not a key. We just wasted steps to figure out that a turnip was here. Well, I guess there's more to dig up. At least one more. And unfortunately, I guess the den is going to be the only room that we can't open up. We could buy another key if we had coins, but I spent them all. Guess I could have saved those extra coins rather than spending them on bananas, after all. Oh, well. An unremarkable rock. Not worth picking up. Did we pick it up anyway? We did not. Well, that's a dud. That's not fun. Come on. I guess that's it. We're leaving. Time to give up. You know, I was hoping we would run into the garage or something by turning that on in the breaker and trying to, like, roll for a new door. It didn't turn out that way. Well, now what? I guess we just go outside. We can still explore that one area downstairs that I kind of paused at. Oh, the stars are out. Huh, I guess it was just in the courtyard or something that it was nighttime, or not nighttime. Or that the clouds were covering up the nighttime or something. Strange. So where do these stairs lead? And does the step counter turn over? Not yet. I guess we can't explore down here without being punished for it. As expected, there's an old abandoned mineshaft, or rather, more to the abandoned mineshaft. I guess this would be a compass rose. Which way is north, though? I guess we're just assuming north is, like, towards the antechamber. Has to be. Probably. Maybe. There's no indicator here. It might not even be a compass rose. And then those rooms down there. Those weird rooms. Not even part of the estate. Just kind of a weird thing carved into the edifice of the mountain. We got a bird bass. Haven't seen anything else to dig up with our shovel yet. And then this weird tunnel thing. It's actually horrifying. But we're going in. It's so dark. Can we light this? If we had, like, the proper tool? We cannot go even further in. Okay. I'm going to turn around. Nothing. Is this just a dead end? Could it, like, somehow change depending on what your layout with the house is? Like, in the same way that a door becomes an inaccessible door if you put something behind it, like with the blueprints or whatever, like I did. Could you turn an inaccessible pathway like that into an accessible one? I don't know. Okay. One last thing to do before we call it a day. I guess we've got all this stuff in our inventory. We could at least try combining them in the workshop, even if there shouldn't be anything that they combine into. Can't really imagine. Did I ever take note of these? the ace of spades, the queen of diamonds. That's really all there is. There's no other cards. Can we combine these into anything useful? No. No Dead Rising-esque weapon. But the shovel can be combined with the broken lever, I guess. Oh, I see. Wait, hang on. Either the sledgehammer or the shovel can be combined with a broken lever, but not both of them. I think that's because the broken lever doesn't have any leverage. So you need to extend it with like one of these things or whatever. Break it down into parts to make the lever longer. But then you need something else on top of that to actually make it work, I guess. Well, good. We know we can use either the shovel or the sledgehammer. Don't know what information that gives us. Well, that's it. No new information. No new weapons. We're done. Can we even go outside with our remaining steps? Just barely. And as Simon crosses over the threshold to the outside, he collapses. You have used all your steps and must now call it a day. You have pushed yourself to the very edge of exhaustion and must now return to your campsite to get some rest. You can continue your search tomorrow. However, the house might be a little bit different. A little bit. I'm pretty sure it's going to be entirely different. That one room behind the den is taunting me. If I saved my coins in the kitchen or anywhere else, got those extra keys from the laboratory by using the experiment properly, I could have actually gotten through that den. But then what? It would have just been like 1 or 2 more rooms, right? Who cares? The answer is me, I care. So what happens on a new day? It is now day 2. We've got a full 50 steps that we're not going to waste by wandering around outside, unless we know for sure that there's something that we can do out there. We keep the red letter. I guess... Let's check this will and testament one more time. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. I guess the red letter doesn't count as a tool or item. Or maybe Simon just doesn't care when it comes to this red letter. That red letter is, after all, very important. Maybe he's willing to break the law, break the rules of the will and testament in this one case. Is this what they call... what's that word? Environmental storytelling or something like it? Probably not. It's probably just for the sake of collectibles. Well, the front room is the same. I could just call it an episode here, before we start a new day entirely, like completely. But I don't feel like it. We'll just spend 5 minutes exploring the day 3 new house, or the day 2 new house in episode 3. What should we start with, though? I guess what I could do different from last time is start out like exploring the side paths, and then build my way towards the antechamber, rather than gunning straight for it. Because that way we built up a bunch of potential resources in the early stages that aren't locked. and just prepare for the rest of the day. Let's do it. Starting this way. It's gotta be the corridor, right? Just to get the most mileage. I guess it's better to save the corridor for when you get further into the back, because then you can guarantee that it's unlocked. But do these rooms, do these hallways, like spawn multiple times, or is there only like one of each of these? Because there should only be one of each of these rooms, because they're unique. And I thought these might be, I don't know, in its own category because they like spawn multiple times, just to connect different rooms. But now that I think about it, they could just be in their own category for the sake of color coding and the experiments and all that kind of things. Guess it's gotta be the pantry, again. Again, for the most mileage. We get a banana this time. We know that's worth 3 steps, so we won't eat it yet. We know we'll come back this way. Still don't know what this means. And hang on. Why is bridge? I saw this before, like when I was reading the note, but it just didn't really make sense to me. But after reading that note in the workshop or whatever that called out the lettering and I guess maybe other things, it's weird that the bridge part of Bridget is just different. Bridge, huh? Always 4 coins, I guess so. Do we want to get the breaker box immediately? This could be like a rare draw. The parlor does let us like get some extra stuff and build even further into the house, like... It's our choice. Let's just do the breaker box early so we can maybe do something with it? I don't know. Any goodies? No goodies. Don't know what these do. We'll turn off the keycard entry system. Actually, does the keycard entry system still retain what I entered into the computer terminal the other time when I entered yesterday? Are the security doors like on the setting that makes them unlock when the power is out or whatever? Because I might have to get the security room again for this to work. And have to like turn that off, like a 2-factor authentication or whatever. Whatever. Anyway, we'll turn on the garage and leave on the rest of the rooms, just so we can get everything. We can't do anything with the cabinet though. We'll have the banana on our way back. Actually, I guess we could have just had it. We can probably go over 50. I didn't even really think. There's no rule that says we have a maximum of 50. That'd kind of be a bullshit rule. And we're not going outside, but I'm just going to stare at this while we contemplate our game plan for the rest of the day. That would be a good time to take a break.